From a native princess rejecting the devil to aliens creating sinkholes with their aircrafts, we dive into the legends of the Devil's Millhopper. So join me on this journey of Florida's Devil's Millhopper. From a time not mentioned, there was a beautiful Indian princess who lived in a village nearby where the Devil's Millhopper would come to exist. With that area also lived the devil, who wanted to marry the beautiful princess. She wanted nothing to do with him, so one day he decided to kidnap her. Indian braves were deeply saddened by her kidnapping and began the chase on the devil and their captive princess. When they got close enough, the devil created a huge sinkhole for the Indians to fall into. They clung to the side of the hole, fighting the fight as they climbed. The devil would turn them into stone, though. Now, the Indian brave stones are now what weep water slopes down into the Millhopper, as if the Millhopper is crying tears for the lost princess. So since I couldn't find a time period on when this could happen or when the legend was told, though there is suspicion that the local college students were the ones that came up with the story from the few sites that I mentioned its possibility, we can conclude that it may have happened before the early to mid 1800s. This is due to most of the native tribes were pushed out from Florida due to the US government at the time. It may still be possible, at least a legend, to have been brought up, but it is unlikely. In the late 1800s, another version of the sinkhole creating came up. This was actually mentioned in the Gainesville Sun in the early 1900s by a little girl of the family, though not so little by the time of the article. I didn't add this story fully because from the site I found it on, the quotes from the article was hard to understand since it was using the slang of the culture back then. The words were hard to distinguish and I personally couldn't find the article anywhere online myself. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Most of the old articles can be found in their local libraries. Luckily for me, this story is another popular one, but not really detailed. As I mentioned, this occurred in the 1800s. It starts with a family of black settlers on their way to town with a wagon full of cotton. Suddenly the ground started to rumble and swallowed up an acre of tall pine trees. They told this to a priest, who then told this to many others. But eventually local pastors and traveling evangelists preached about the big frightening hole that would befall any sinners. One of the newest legends comes from a park guide at the Devil's Millhopper. He said that some visitors believe that the Millhopper was created by an alien spacecraft that had landed. There is really nothing else I could find on this particular theory. Another small legend is that of the Lavender People. Weird name, I know, especially since I couldn't find any source as to why they are called that. But what they are spectral entities that appears in your peripheral vision, but can never be viewed full on. I couldn't find anything else on them. Not that they smell like lavender or are the color of lavender. Matter of fact, that is all I could find on them was just that sentence. Located within the Devil's Millhopper Geological State Park in Gainesville, Florida, the Millhopper is a sinkhole that is 117 feet deep and 500 feet diameter and is open to the public. The Millhopper was named for its similar appearance to that of a millhopper, which is a funnel used by the farmers in the 1800s that would hold grain before it was fed down into the grinders. Within the Devil's Millhopper, people have found shark's teeth, animal bones, and 12 natural springs. Layers of limestone and clay give the waters a beautiful clear blue hue. How it gained the title of devil was from the natives who believed the fossilized bones that rest at the bottom of the hole were placed there by the devil, who they believed used to feed the bodies down into his domain. Though geologists aren't 100% certain, they presume that the sinkhole formed between 10 to 15,000 years ago. I couldn't find anything on the historical human bones being found in the Millhopper. What has been found were shark's teeth and bones of extinct animals. It is said that if any poor soul were to fall into this hole, they would be a victim of becoming our drinking water, since an aquifer is directly beneath the hole. As for how the sinkhole was created, whether it was the devil stealing a princess or just sucking up an acre of trees, what we can conclude is the real fact that it was created naturally. What do you believe? I'm no longer monetized, but I do have a Patreon. If you'd like to join the family and financially support this channel, head on over there. If not, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe here. I create videos on cryptids, alien abductions, hauntings, serious killers, and more. I'd also like to thank my supporting Patreon thus far.